Alsace and Lorraine make a really good transition to Germany, don't you think so? Germany is the largest country in the European Union and the largest country in Europe in population with 83 million people. And it has the fourth largest economy on earth. Only the United States, China, and Japan have bigger economies. And in Europe, Germany is the economic and industrial powerhouse of the European Union. This is built on the three major industrial centers of the country, which are the Saar, the Ruhr, and Saxony. Here's what they are. The Saar is that area along the border with France. The Ruhr is the area that follows the Rhine River up from Frankfurt towards the Netherlands. It includes places like Dortmund and Dusseldorf and Cologne, Essen, Bonn. And then Saxony is the southern part of what used to be East Germany. Cities like Dresden and Leipzig and Chemnitz. It's just south of Berlin, as you can see on the map. Take a look at some of the industries and what the Germans produce. They are very big producers of steel, machinery, electronics, chemicals, and of course automobiles. Have you heard of any of these companies? Adidas, Alliance, BASF, Bayer. I take Bayer aspirin every day because I have a heart problem. Beck's, glug, 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 glug. Birkenstock, Henkel's, Hugo Boss, Jägermeister. I never really understood the thrill of Jägermeister. It tastes like cough syrup to me, but have at it. Knorr, Lufthansa, Lowenbrau, Merck, Puma, Siemens, Stadler, which is this famous pencil company. Steinway and Sons used to be an American company. Now the Germans own it. Trivago, did you know that one? Villeroy and Boch, which used to be a company centered in Luxembourg that now has been purchased by the Germans. It makes really, really excellent china, as we call it, right? Plates and things like that. And of course the cars. You know all those symbols? I mean, some of them are written out there, but let's see who they are. BMW, which is Bavarian Motor Works, Mercedes, Audi, Opel, Porsche, and VW, Volkswagen, right? That's with the V and the W. I've owned multiple VWs. I was an adult before I realized that that was a V and a W on the Volkswagen symbol. You know, a number of these cars are luxury automobiles, aren't they? BMW, Mercedes, Audi, Porsche. I think most people see those cars as luxury automobiles, and they're seen that way throughout the world. Which means if you want a car that says, hey, I'm here, I arrived, look at me, those German cars are some of the cars that people are going to purchase. And of course, how do you drive them in Germany? Well, you drive them fast because you drive them on the Autobahn, which was the first major interstate highway system on Earth. This was built by Hitler and the Nazis to facilitate movement for the military. But in the interim, when the military wasn't using it, it would be commercial traffic. When Eisenhower got to Germany and saw this, and he came back to the United States and became president of the United States during the 1950s, he had a similar system built in the United States, which is our highway system. I'm not sure if you know the way it goes, but I'll explain it to you really quickly. The even numbers go across the country, like the 10 and the 40 and the 70 and the 90, so they go east to west. And the odd numbers go north to south, so the 5, the 15, the 45, the 95, all those are north-south highways. We built ours up for the same reason. We were concerned not with the Germans invading, but with the Russians during the 1950s. And so our system was built for use by the military, just in case we needed it. But in the meantime, it would facilitate easy movement of commercial traffic, and of course, that fluid movement would allow for the buildup of the country, which of course it did. Now, as you might expect from an industrial powerhouse like Germany, the agricultural system is also very strong. Now, look at the landscape. Much of Germany is very flat. And in a lot of ways, like France, as you go across Germany, you see lots of farmland. They have a modern, high-tech agricultural system. Because the landscape is very, very flat, that makes it easy to farm on, but they get an extra added benefit, which is this. They have superb soil. It's a type of soil called loess. Loess is dark, nutrient-rich soil that was deposited by the glaciers at the end of the last ice age, last major ice age, 10,000 years ago. And the entire northern tier of Europe, not up in Scandinavia, but from Poland all the way across through the Benelux countries and then down into France, have this excellent soil. But Germany is a net food importer. So how do you have those things? What you really want, which is flat land, great soil, water resources. How is it that you have that, but you're a net food importer? It's not because of the number of people. It's because of the climate. Much of the northern tier of Germany is cool and moist, and that limits what they can produce. As a result of that, there's a focus more on animal products. If you recall, I told you that if you took a train from France and then went to Belgium and then went to the Netherlands and you were in Germany, and I said to you, and after a few days, if you get tired of the German food, then you head south into Italy. It's because German food is generally relatively dull. You know, it's potato this, potato that, potato something else, pork this, pork that, pork something else, bread this, bread that, bread something else, beer this, beer that, beer something else. It's very straightforward.